Look at Mitchell go through the whoop-de-doos. Leading Mitchell. Mitchell and Williams, followed by number 22, Vandermeyer. They called drivers.
Come on, Donovan!
And Mitchell gonna win.
Yeah, Donovan, Dynamite Donovan Mitchell, he's the baddest. He was gnarly, he tried hard, you know, he worked really hard to be a racer. He was more the straight edge, and I was a little kid, so I looked up to him.
There was something there from the beginning. A dedication, spoke well about sponsorships, the people that were around him. He was just the quintessential professional. KTM decided they were going to go motocross racing. Salvaraj, he said, do you have anybody that you would recommend? Donovan, wasn't a question. This kid's got it. They ended up signing him, and it was one of the most prideful moments of my life.
I think Donovan was ahead of his time. He tapped into it at the beginning, and these people fully backed him.
For KTM, an amazing spokesperson for him. Sal really saw it too. You knew we had the right person on the track. It was perfect. It was just like, it was a fairy tale dream. I was at home that day, and I could vividly remember one of our other riders' dads calls me, and he said that Donovan was injured very badly. He's paralyzed. I dropped to my knees. I dropped to my knees. It was a gut punch. Like, it was a gut punch, man.
When he got hurt, you almost think that it can't be real, especially him. Like, there's no way, like, he'll bounce back, right? You know, and I remember going into the hospital, and I remember his room perfect, like seeing him in his halo, him laying there. And at that time, I didn't really know anybody that had been put in that position either.
The most like beneficial, like money spent after injury, because like before, like my dad was always like lifting me. If you really are willing to not give up and just keep going, like anything is possible. My name is Donovan Mitchell, paralyzed for 23 years. Instead of the baseball and the soccer like other kids, I raced dirt bikes. By the time I was 4, my parents got me my first motorcycle that sat in the living room for a couple years, and I played on it like it was a toy, and everything revolved around wanting to be this professional motocross racer.
Even when we were little kids, and him being an older brother, and we had all the chances in the world to get in trouble together, he kept it together. I was the loose one. When I tried to stab you?
Yeah, that was the part of it.
I chased him with a knife. I mean, fuck, wasn't that bad.
I was completely just obsessed with riding a dirt bike, being in the garage, working on it with my dad, going to the track. It's like, it's all I thought about.
At that level, the mental strength is what makes a champion. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're weak in the head, you're not going to be able to do it.
One moment I'm living out my childhood dreams and they're all coming to kind of fruition. And then the second race of the day, first lap of the race, and it's no different than any other race. There was a jump where the rider in front of me crashed off this jump. In those moments, you learn, you grab a handful of gas and sometimes you ride it out, and other times you crash, but normally you got up. It was a blur. I was laying there was a lot going on. People kind of obviously realizing the situation, doing the needle prick on my body. Before I know it, I was in the hospital and you're not able to speak and you got tubes down your mouth, bolts in your head, a halo inserted because of the surgery they had to do to fuse your spinal cord. I was on a ventilator and having to have my lungs suctioned out, and it gets kind of dark, that's for sure. It got dark quick, and it's a battle to try to accept and then also at the same time learn how to deal with this injury.
Well, you go to see somebody in that condition and you're trying to keep an upbeat emotion for him, and he's realizing life is not the same anymore. There was times where he was extremely depressed. Think about bed sore and not having to be in bed for 6 months. 6 months to heal something. What goes through your head?
Is this fixable? Is this what is this injury? Quickly you learn, spinal cord injuries don't work like that.
It's a long process. Long recovery process. Through Donovan's injury, through his life, to stay positive, to stay focused, to stay, with a purpose, takes mental strength, period.
The amount of pain sometimes that I'm up against 24 hours a day, waking up every couple hours, be having to ask for help for everything, It's hard. It's truthfully hard. I just got out of the hospital and nearly 6 months of being kind of stuck in the rehab hospital doing therapy, and I was able to just curl my right bicep up, and I did it maybe 10 times, and I almost thought it was not real. I thought it was a muscle spasm, but at the same time I'm pretty sure I just did that. It felt like I did that. So that was a moment of okay, something really to chase now, to maybe gain a little independence, maybe be able to drive a wheelchair on your own or use a computer, and typing on a keyboard, whether it was just one letter, and it was okay, one letter turned into 2 letters, and then a few words, and then it's a sentence. There's lots of little battles, learning to get your voice back, go through a lot of speech therapy to project and talk like we are here today, which is just stuff that you never thought you would be in the position to try and to relearn or get back.
With what he has, he's created what he has. With that movement of one arm, just that little bit of movement, that's a blessing right there.
Do I have hope that one day it can result in your left arm working like your right arm does? That might mean I could go drive a van or something, It could mean I could get myself in and out of a wheelchair on my own. Life without paralysis would be just taking that everyday scare and worry out of the equation. Thankfully, I've been able to kind of be not willing to throw in the towel and, okay, let's keep charging at this. I'm always trying to set that next mark ahead, and that comes with having hope, right? I was supposed to be racing this race in 2000. I got paralyzed just before the season started, and KTM put my bike on the back of their semi with the big A in the background, and it was on like display for all the crowd as kind of like a showing of like kind of like, hey, we're with you in support. I saw that, and it was like something of like intensity, sadness, because I wanted to be the racer at that time, racing. And instead I was laying in a hospital bed. My whole life was kind of unraveling right in my face, but seeing something like that was heartfelt and so cool. I couldn't wait to get back to the races because you can see I roll around here, people see me, they say hi.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going, man? For me, it's always like good vibes, and like I'm just like eager to get back. It's where I spend my whole life, so there's no place else I'd really want to be. With this injury, you have to come to a point where you just accept it, and if you're not able to do that, then life going forward is going to be really hard for you, and you're just always going to be fighting a battle that probably will stop you in your tracks the rest of your life.
Do you foresee a day that you might show up to the track and not want to be there ever?
I don't know what would trigger that. I haven't found it yet. You know, we're this many years into the injury, so there's been a lot of things that come my way as far as emotions and things that would maybe should make me like hate the sport, and still here smiling and hanging out. So like, yeah, I have no clue what that would be. No matter what, how many times I do it, being here, like, it's still something that's like in my blood, and kind of just brings that smile to my face. I did everything that was possible to get to this level. I didn't regret what my career could have been. I got to do it, see it at a level that most never get to kind of experience.
I love you, Donovan.
Love you too,
That's
sir.
at old times, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so we did. You were the champ. You were
Oh.
the fastest one in the whoops, right? You remember?
I know.
I said that.
Were you surprised that you were like had hired this guy? You're like, what the hell did I have?
Well, I think I know, but I didn't expect that. You know, you're going to be. Would have been good. You would have been a champion if everything would have been good.
And I always say that you changed my life.
But no, I didn't change. You know, you changed your life as well. You know, so your spirit is so high that it's so important. Give you the highest spirit. You're going to be an example for a lot of people, and many of them. You know, we are with you.
I'm just trying to do me the best I can, right?
That's. I love you.
We too, dude.
Yeah, I see you later.
As a dirt biker and what we all live for, we have this passion, you know? Even me being older now and working in the industry, it's like, you do this out of love.
It'd be so easy to go away from it. It'd be so easy to never, you know, I don't want to be any part of that. But that was his life, his passion, his drive.
It's hard to find real dudes these days, even real stories. And from a racer on to his position now, like, I have maybe 2-3 friends I can honestly put on my hand that are no bullshit, got it going on, and he's one of them.